You know, he was over in the Mediterranean. They did some kind of movement in Atlanta Atlanta, not Atlanta. What's that?
Italy?
Huh?
Italy?
What's that city there in Italy? Mediterranean.
Vienna?
He, the United States did something.
Venice.
In there, he didn't know what it was.
Okay.
And we wasn't even in the war.
I see.
He came out of there, came back to the U.S. to Florida. That was when Mom and Daddy went in there to see him. You know, he came there for about a couple of weeks. They drove down in the car
to Florida.
To Florida, yeah.
Miami, Florida.
Okay. Wow, they drove to Miami, Florida. That's crazy.
He had some big write-ups in the paper.
I don't know.
Uncle Cecil did for something he did. I remember. I don't know if Millie showed me that.
You still have them?
I don't know where I saw it at, but maybe Millie had them. Big write-ups about Uncle Cecil and something he did.
They have.
I can't remember. I'd have to ask her.
He was in that Mediterranean deal. It's probably just transporting something, helping the German army or the other army get started. You know, they was fighting before the United States was.
Yeah.
And he was in there. He come back to Florida then, crossed Suez, Panama Canal over on the west side. See, he came through the Panama Canal over to there, and he got on another ship and went into the South Pacific.
Millie has some pictures of him and being on the ships and some articles about him. I think I may have those articles in some of my pictures. You know, I may have taken pictures of them. You know, and saved them to my pictures. But
when he came home, he had done in that South Pacific a year or two. When he come home, he looked like he'd been out shot, dried up to nothing. He got a chance to come home and go to the 12, what do they call it? Tech.
To Tech.
Yeah, he got in that program. And,
I got a tripod for that thing if you want me to go get it.
It doesn't have an attachment. It doesn't have
that doesn't have one?
No, I have a tripod too. It just doesn't have the tripod attachment to it.
Where's Beth?
She's on the phone in her truck.
So you said when he came back home from Europe, you said he looked like what?
He was in bad health.
He's in bad health?
And sweaty, dried up. That South Pacific was hot.
Yeah.
There wasn't much of those boats had air conditioning on them.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
It was hot down there. But he looked bad. He kicked off and stayed. He went to Tech a year or two, and then he wound up it was in Lawrence. He was up at Norman, Oklahoma, going to school.
Okay.
What was the name of that program?
I don't remember.
And Homer?
Didn't you tell me he went back to high school? Huh? Surely that wasn't after he was in the.
Well, he may have college or something. I don't know. Actually, got out of the army.
Out of the Navy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think.
Well, it seemed like that school, Tech was included in that school, and he was there on that.
I don't know where.
God damn.
I don't know where all. Lord must have stepped on him. I don't know where all he taught school. The only place I ever knew was over in Shreveport.
Well, he was going to school there.
Look, you want to say hi?
Hey.
You want to say hi? Come here.
You know what?
She's coming over for you to apologize.
You couldn't be putting your broad shoulder back in. What the scale say about 205?
What was that?
The scale. What do they say about 205?
When?
When you weigh.
Oh, no, not yet. Hopefully never.
Well, if you pick up your good exercising schedule, and do it regularly.
Yeah,
Watch what you eat.
I was injured for about a year, so my exercise had to be put on hold for a little bit. But recently my health has gotten a lot better, so I expect to be losing some weight pretty soon.
Yeah. It's real easy to gain.
Yeah.
Some reason other people like groceries.
Right?
So sometimes I get hung up there.
Uncle Alan was in the Navy too, wasn't
Yeah.
he?
And all
Uncle Doyle was, but didn't the war finish before Uncle Doyle ever went overseas?
California.
Yeah, he never did go overseas, did he?
No.
I was thinking that
He worked in a shoe shop out in California. Worked on shoes.
he did
Yeah.
while he was in the
I
Navy.
did the Navy, you know.
Oh,
They
man.
had to have people to do. Back then, they did a lot more shoe work than they do now. Now they just run and get another pair. They get wore a little bit. Back then, they had overhaul them.
Fix the shoes, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was in the Navy, what, 6 or 8 months, wasn't he, Bob?
18 months.
Huh?
18 months.
That's all he was in there.
Yeah, he never did leave California.
That was he was
Took his
at the
basic
end of the war.
He just hit it at a good time.
Yeah. So, was he drafted too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he drafted? Your eyes looking still red. Is it
It's
bothering you?
still red, but it's not bothering me. It's
Shut
not
up.
so
Oh,
red.
that's good.
Probably gonna take it a long time to get back to normal.
But they're gonna give you the shot
I just hope I can
tomorrow.
get one.
Yeah, seen
injection.
some,
Yeah.
seen some rough stuff in that dang Navy. Down in South Pacific with all them attacks and so on. He looked rough when he came home too. He was being hot down there and everything.
Millie's got one of his uniforms. She said it's tiny, tiny, tiny. Little old bitty thing.
Who-
Millie has one of his uniforms, one of his Navy uniforms. She's couldn't
Who
get
is
over
that?
how small it was.
160 out there.
I don't know.
Don't know if that heavy or not.
What would you say about what year do you think that safe was
Bill?
constructed? Yeah,
Oh, they probably in 1800.
1800s then.
I'm sure, cause my mother's grandmother, well, her mother had it, and when she died, my mother's, it was my mother's grandmother, and when she wound up, when some of the others, when they divided up their family stuff, she wound up with it. And I don't know how many years she had it. It's when Grandma Fowler died, that's my grandmother. That was my mother's mother. She was the only girl,
Yeah.
and she got she got it about 1939.
So are you saying that was your great grandmother's?
Maybe it was full off than that.
Wow.
So it was,
And they would have been Englishes.
huh?
They would have been the English family, right?
Yeah.
It was
It was
English.
English.
Because
My grandmother, Fowler's,
was it
was
English?
English.
So, and if she got it from her mother, it would have been
She
from an
inherited
English.
when her mother died.
And I'd have to look back to see what her mother's name was. I don't remember. What
He's
B.D.
probably
English's
over
mother.
100 years old.
Oh, way over 100.
Probably.
I imagine that's. Gosh, hey, Barb, if it was built in 1920, it'd be 100 years old.
Yeah.
So I bet it's from 1860 or 70.
Yeah, I bet that safe is in the early 1800s.
Yeah. You know, you ought to take a picture of it, get a good picture, and look it up and see if you can find out. I'm thinking Mother said it was a Quaker
What?
style.
It was constructed by the Quakers.
I don't know. She told me that it was a certain kind of furniture, and when the man that refinished it worked on it, he said it the way it came apart, it was like it wasn't constructed with nails or anything. So I don't know. I just remember Mother saying something about that. I don't know if it was Quaker or some other.
It might have
Similar.
a name on it somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, it may.
On the back of it, it could.
Yeah, you would think. That's probably the oldest thing we got.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe so.
And then one more thing, actually.
Uh-huh.
This paddle looking thing.
Oh,
Do you know what this is?
You remember that old paddle that Papaw something it looks like a paddle,
Right there.
like he was carving a boat paddle.
Yeah, he had a piece of redwood or cedar cypress up there hung up on the wall all these years. The wood was still in the rough. It had the shape of a
Oar. Yeah.
I don't know what happened to it.
We've got it at the house.
That's it. That's it right
I
there.
got it hanging over one of my
Right.
doors, but I didn't know
There.
A whole bunch of other things.
Yeah.
if he had started out making a boat oar.
He started out to build a boat paddle. That's what he got.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was because it looked too much like a boat paddle.
It was your dad's.
Yeah, he's the one who had it. It was probably cypress.
Yeah.
I only have one.
I didn't know you still had it.
Yeah, it's hanging on the wall down at the house.
He never did finish it. He started it.
Pretty nice.
I built a
But all in
boat
all,
paddle.
This Christmas
Well,
you got like
I think it got tore up.
$1,000 worth of stuff.
How'd it get tore up?
People using it.
I thought you still had it.
I don't know.
Seems like this around here
Seems
somewhere.
like I gave.
You put your name on it, didn't it?
Seems like I gave Larry one.
Didn't you make one for Larry?
Yeah.
I bet you did. I bet Larry don't have it.
No, because they used it.
He put his name on it and put it in red letters, I think.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it.
Who is this
You
dog?
have to ask your dad if you still got it.
I don't know what.
I thought I saw something like that in his
Who is
office.
this dog?
I don't know where mine
We'll
is.
have to ask him for it.
You can't use them. They were finished stuff.
Yeah.
People throw them around, and Jim Hurd and Small was fishing down on the war pond, and they used it, throwed it around, and boogied it all up. They were finished, had a good finish on them.
Uh-huh. We're made more to look at than to use, right?
Do you think it'd be possible to have my own Wi-Fi modem in my room?
No, what we're gonna do is like, remember that
I
place we're
made
gonna put
three.
the
I
bookshelf
made
on
me
the
one,
wall?
I made them one, and I made James Dawson one.
You made James Dawson.
Yeah, well, me and James were real close, you know.
Yeah.
He had that pond there, but they dirtied his up. Jim Hurd a bunch more used it. They just throw them around in the way, and it was finished stuff, and they couldn't handle that.
Yeah. So it's probably torn up.
Oh yeah, see, I had that name card on there. I don't know where mine's at.
I think
She's cute.
but I may be remembering Larry's too. It seems like it may be here somewhere.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe out there in your old red car, I reckon.
Not like that.
Or down here in your building.
If it is, here's it in the building part.
Her name's Go.
Well, when Paul moves back here, we're planning to clean out your building.
And no telling what you'd
I've
find
wanted
in
to
no,
do
there.
that for years.
Not all that much stuff in it anymore.
Well, there's probably nothing much in there any good because it's been leaking in it for years now. So.
That'd be a good project for Paul when he comes
no
home.
telling what you'll find.
Get
in it.
out there and see what's in there.
You know that old board that's sitting up there by my wall as you walk in the room right behind my chair and Papa Lloyd's chair?
Yeah.
That came out of the building. I saw it in there. That Daddy made it for a game we used to play. Remember the marble game?
yeah.
Aggravation?
You still got that?
I took it to the house and I've got it set up next to the wall.
Uh,
We had more fun playing that game. So
yeah.
Daddy made it. He did all the holes out for the wall, for the marbles to sit
You
on.
still got the thing? Y'all don't never play.
I just need some marbles to go
What you
in.
have? What you have? 6 colors or 5?
Four colors, and you got to have 4 of each color.
Yeah, you got to have them holes.
Yeah, well, you got the holes off. I mean, the board's
Yeah.
perfect.
It's a pretty good game. You
Oh,
know,
it's a
for
real
grown
good- we
people,
used
I
to-
like it.
Have to have
You
you
got to
know.
be pretty slick.
Yeah.
The game, the one that if he got all of them, he gave the rest of them 26. But if he got one,
You're thinking of heart. Is it spades or hearts? Where if you got
I don't know. I don't know the.
That was a card game. That was a card game. Yeah, I think of spades. If you got the queen of
I
spades.
don't know. I may be
Yeah,
mixed up.
yeah. But the marble game, you just had to get
The
it.
hard game, we played that a lot.
Oh yeah, I played hearts
Cecil
and
brought that
spades.
in here from the Navy.
Uh-huh.
We played that a lot.
I liked hearts. I like spades.
Uncle Cecil brought it home from the Navy.
Yeah, they played in the Navy, and he was living in high school then, going to school at Tech, and he brought that game home. And we played a lot. Isn't that interesting?
When did he serve in the Navy?
He was in the Navy when the war started.
World War II?
Yeah.
Wow.
He joined it. What's the last month?
December? December? Did you join him?
No,
The last month before the war started?
before the next year started. Ever started. Well, maybe he joined in 39, I believe.
In 39?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The war started in what, about 40?
Or 39.
Yeah.
This started
Ah.
this year on 39. I don't know.
Yeah. When Pearl Harbor attack, when Japan attacked Pearl
he
Harbor.
was already in the Army.
He was already in the Navy whenever they attacked?
Yeah. Back to business.
There.
Huh?
I saw up there where you were talking about where the rats and all that.
Well, I don't know how they got up there.
I don't either, but they're industrious
If
dudes.
the door
aren't
was
they?
closed, I don't see how they got in there. Of course, the door could have been open, but they wouldn't have snowed in that one place. The door had been
Yeah,
they'd been on the inside.
They were wanting to get in, and they gnawed partly on the door and then partly on the cabinet.
Yeah.
He did fail though. He didn't get in.
I don't think so.
No, they may have gotten in at time when the door would be left open.
Yeah.
So she put her milk. We didn't have no refrigeration, and she set her milk in there and other cooking stuff. Back in the old good days. I'd been married 4 years before I had electricity. It was that good of times. Yes. I tell you, electricity is mighty important to have around. I'm still liking it. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Electricity, I tell you, water. Our water went off for a few minutes on Christmas Eve the other night, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is terrible. But it wasn't off but just a few minutes.
I
and
said,
then
you
it came
don't
back
think
on.
about those things until
Sometimes
it
it goes off,
happens.
say 2 or 3 days.
Yeah,
and
we
that's when
we were without for a day.
your
a while back.
generator still work. Your generator still working over here. Get out of here, dog.
Works good.
Get out
I don't think you're scaring him, Papa.
Oh, what's this on?
Dogs and cats just don't work together. I've had them here, but they've had a dog and he had a cat, and they're both grown. The dog never did bother the cat, but there was somebody working on a seawall out on the house over here had one, and he come over here, and he got out after that cat, and that dog killed that cat. See, now huge dogs had been raised with that cat, but you bring in a stray and put with them, they can do anything.
Yeah.
They killed it. They killed more than one cat. That's why I raised Cain with the thing. We're lucky. Now this little old dog here is moved in here. I don't think he's here all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What, is that this dog?
Everybody needs
Yeah, what a picture.
Everybody needed a dog, but they need him out on an 80-acre farm
Yeah.
behind a fence.
You should see that picture David Lee did.
She was jumping. Her ear was.
Funny looking.
Boy,
David Lee took a picture of the dog when it was jumping up, and it looks like it's an airplane fixing to take off.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't that look funny?
We tried to teach her sit.
you
She's,
failed all kinds
yeah,
of shit.
she's just not focused.
No,
Not
she's thinking
focused.
about me. She's wanting some of my brownie.
Said that brownie smell good.
Did you get you a brownie, David Lee?
Not yet. I'm trying to digest the Dr. Pepper. Just
Oh, okay.
I don't like these parties without eating. I thought that was permanent. We have to get together, have eating.
No, you don't have to do that. That's too much work. Need you clean that all up there on the nose.
Bring another one.
I really didn't have something to eat. I got it.
I don't know where you go.
I get it.
Well, a little bit more. Right in the middle, in the bottom, middle. Your nose. Okay, now let me look.
So what is it?
It's a pie safe. And it stood in my mama and Papa Herring's house for years. And the old finish on it looked black too. It looked terrible till Mother had it redone. And it had wire, like screen wire, to keep stuff out. Keep out
Who had it
flies.
redone?
Mother did.
Mama?
Mama, yeah, your mama. I don't know what all.
And where did it come from?
Well, it was in Mama and Papa Herring's house all their lives. There, from the time. And then, looks like here's some more pieces. Well, there's a nail in that. I don't know if a lot of.
She was saying that this was his. Papa was saying this is his grandmother's.
Said it was his grandmother's. She gave it to Mama when she was the oldest. She was the only girl in that family, and she inherited it whenever she got married.
So where did it? So where's all the stuff that's inside of it?
That's your Mama's stuff. She put in
your
there.
mom's stuff.
Yeah. That's stuff she collected through the years. And this little lantern down here was mine.
You have a lantern? Oh, it's locked.
Yeah. Now, this is what Daddy was talking about. The rat tried to chew to get in there.
Wow, he wanted that pretty bad, didn't he?
He did. Even chewed off part of the door. This was mine, set on my dresser
Don't drop it.
when I was a kid.
Is it functional?
I doubt it. I never did put anything in it.
Looks like it could be used though.
Yeah, it's
There's
got a wick
inside,
in
yeah.
it. Probably could.
Put it back before you break it.
I will. I collected a bunch of this kind of stuff. And this is probably from some of my tea sets I had when I was a kid. Look at others.
Is it saw he was telling us about earlier?
Oh, let me see. I couldn't.
It's right
I didn't know
here.
what he was talking about. Oh, okay.
And this is the one I'm guessing you gave him that he never opened.
Yeah. Oh,
There's a sickle back there too.
He wanted his saws back.
See that sickle?
Uh-huh.
There's a sickle back there.
He wanted his saws back because he might need that saw. So
you
we
just
went
gave
and bought
him
him a saw, a new one.
Nice.
It
Well-
satisfied him.
Well played.
Yeah, I guess this one's not as thick, not as deep.
You said that one may have been an 8-inch? Looks
Yeah.
like a 4-inch too though, honestly.
Well, the other one, the one at the house may be. I don't know what the difference is. But I knew he told me build this.